Connor, thank you. It is 6:45 right now. Senate Republicans went on a week-long recess without passing a $70 billion immigration bill. It comes as there is still a rift between some Senate Republicans and the president. With more on that, Nathaniel Reed joins us from Washington. Nate, good morning to you. Bring me back to the beginning. Where did this tension start and how could it play out in the coming weeks?
Oh, Aaron, this tension just seems to be growing by the hour between Donald Trump and Senate Republicans. And look, the tension initially began about that $1 billion in funding for the president's ballroom to fund the security aspects of that project, which was included in this package. There were disagreements within the Republican Party about whether to include that funding in there at all and whether that would even have enough support to make it across the finish line. Also, the question about whether President Trump would support this bill if it didn't include that $1 billion in funding for his ballroom. By the way, the vast majority of the funding in this $70 billion package expected to go toward ICE and Border Patrol to fund those two agencies through the end of President Donald Trump's second term. Let's talk about the next factor. Earlier this week, we saw Senator Bill Cassidy, the Republican from Louisiana, lose his primary, in part because President Trump endorsed his primary opponent. A very similar situation could be underway in Texas, where President Trump has endorsed against sitting Republican Senator John Cornyn. Senate Republicans venting frustration over that this weekend and ultimately choosing to leave town yesterday rather than pass that $70 billion in funding that the president had said he wanted on his desk by June 1st. Take a listen.
President Trump chose sides in two primaries. One's already gone badly. The other one's looking like it may. And as a result, you've got Republicans internally in disarray about exactly what they're willing to support, including specifically $1 billion for a ballroom and $1.7 billion for a settlement fund, where there's a lot of blowback from their home states.
And ultimately, Republicans also extremely frustrated about that $1.7 billion weaponization fund, which the Department of Justice will be able to dole out to people. There's questions among the Senate Republican Conference about where that funding could go, if it could go to January 6 rioters, for example, questions about what Congress's oversight might look like of that fund, and concerns about the fact that the acting Attorney General, Todd Blanche, largely has the authority to determine who will run that fund, who will get doled out that money. So all of those concerns reaching a fever pitch yesterday during a meeting that Republicans had on Capitol Hill with Todd Blanche, lasting a couple of hours. Republicans leaving that meeting, choosing to head for the exits and the airports rather than pass that $70 billion in funding. And Aaron, at this point, it seems like Congress not going to return until June 1st, which, by the way, was Trump's deadline to pass that funding in the first place.
Nothing can be straightforward on Capitol Hill. Nathaniel Reed, thank you for your time.
No, it cannot.
It is 6:48.